Good evening, everybody. Cobalt here. How is everybody doing today? Oh, looks like that is a bit loud. Let's turn it down a tad. Let's go like that. Yeah. Let's do that. Maybe a bit more. Let's go with that. Please let me know if that is too loud or too quiet or too whatever. We can always adjust. We can adjust later. And worst case is I adjust after the fact on the VOD. It's not a huge deal. But yeah, I hope everybody has been doing well today. It's been a while. You know, like 17 days. My goodness. But I am back now. Yeah, no, I enjoyed the 2 weeks I had off after that celebration stream to rest and recover and all that jazz. But I am excited to be back. So yeah, this week we're going to be playing something very, very spooky, which is Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. And then on Friday, we will be doing another Follower Choice Friday. So if you want to vote on that, please feel free to vote in the Discord. And then next week, we won't be doing Follower Choice Friday because Alan Wake 2 is coming out, and I am kind of planning on streaming that every morning that weekend. I'm going to take the Friday and the Monday off, and we're just going to play Alan Wake. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, it's probably going to be, we're going to do Doki Doki until it's done. So hopefully today, tomorrow, next Tuesday, next Wednesday, and we can finish it off by the end of October, the spooky month. Yeah, I just kind of was like, you know what, let's do it, because we've done one stream of it, and we did a bit during the celebration stream, and it is a spooky game. The other thought would have been, hey, let's try to do like Resident Evil 4, but, you know, there's no way, with where we are in the month, that we would be able to complete that by the end of October. So I hope everybody is cool with more Doki Doki Literature Club. But yeah, let's get started, I suppose. Go from here, go to there, go everywhere. Alright. So, let's pick up our save. I'll go next, will you? Will you really? Oh, 1 second. I want to adjust that. Oh, the music is just so catchy, you know? Do. There we go. Let's fix that. Oh, Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Hold on, I think we can. There we go. Yeah. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. It's a little bit of a weird title for a poem, but you know what? If you need to get your emotions out into the classroom there, Yuri, I get it. I get it. Bum. You can do it, Yuri. Way to cheer on your friends there, Sayori. Hey, Ruby. How are you doing tonight? I hope you're doing well. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Can't sleep? Well... Oh, thank you for the stretch redeem. Hopefully the stream can help you relax and wind down, if that's what you're looking for. Or I guess fire you up if that's what you're looking for. You know, I think this game will be nice and relaxing, right? Nothing spooky, scary, or skeleton-like involved. As always, if you want to join in on the stretch, please feel free. We can be happy and healthy together. And if not, you know, that's fine too. I'm not here to peer pressure anybody. Let's stretch up to the sky, way up high. Stretch to the side. To the other side. And Let's stretch forward. Let's stretch the left arm over the body. Let's stretch the right arm over the body. Let's rotate those shoulders. 1, 2, 3. Let's rotate the neck. 1, 2, 3. And let's stretch out those legs. Do, 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 do. Here we go. Keep going from stream to stream. Someone's watching Dragon Ball on stream. It's relaxing. I mean, it's probably relaxing for them until they get, you know, DMCA strike, right? Unless it's like the official Bandai or Funimation or whatever. Whoever owns the rights to that. Oh, thank you for the hydrate as well. There we go. Stretch. Completed. Hydrate. Completed. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. Not sure what it is, and it's dubbed in English. Ah, okay. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure, and she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her, as if she's bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Well done, well done! Why do you need 100 points if you... 110 points if you want to redeem 100 points? What? I don't think that should be a thing. Is it maybe on cooldown, whatever you're trying to redeem? Everyone joins me afterward, and we all give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. It says out of points. Interesting. Maybe it's out of... Is it not out of stock? I don't know. Maybe it's a bug with Twitch. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay. I guess I am next then. Yes, I hopped in a bit earlier. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one is called My Meadow. Ah. Sorry, I giggled. Hehe. Sayori. It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Ah. Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, in front of a mirror, or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't as aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. Oh, congratulations on the first Sayori. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes, and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Hehe, even Cobalt liked it. Guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? Came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I'm scared of this game. Hey Tanji, how are you doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. I mean, what could be scary about it, right? It's just, you know, a nice, calm, relaxing dating sim. Or is that the scary part of it, you know? Romance is the most terrifying thing. Just being open and honest with somebody, putting yourself out there, facing the fear of rejection, or even worse, what if they say yes? Doing good. That's good to hear. I'm doing well. Can't complain too much. Had a pretty chill day and first time streaming in like, you know, a couple weeks. So I was like, oh no, do I remember how to do this? Hopefully I remember what needs to be done. Just a cute little game. Exactly, just a cute little game. This isn't my first playthrough. There would be. I played the, well, I guess it's the first playthrough of like Doki Literature Club Plus, but I did play the original one around when it came out. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. Hee. What is the game about? Do you make choices? Yes, you make occasional choices. It's a dating sim that is not scary or spooky at all. Kobold lied as easily as he breathed. The next time I'm gonna make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know? Okay. Yeah, no, this one has a few choices that you can make. Now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Kobold. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Kobold lower everyone's standards a little bit before I have to do it. So harsh. Natsuki. It's fine, it's fine. You all the girls. I mean, there's no like animation for the player character. At least there wasn't in the original game. This is all just like first person, I guess. Might as well get it over with. Listen, you know, sometimes you just have to say, I want to go first so I can have it out of the way and you don't have to deal with it. Granted, I didn't do that in this case, but still. It's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. It's just, everybody is so polite to me. Bum bum. So many girls. I know, right? And we're here in Literature Club with them. Is this what they call living my best life? Congratulations on the second there, Tanji. Sorry, I'm not really as good as anyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. Well, you know what? Maybe we need to have like a writing stream at some point so I can build confidence. That's something that'll improve over time, though. I mean, I've written 2 poems over the course of like 2 days here. Right? In-game, I think. That's what I feel like's happened. I could be wrong about that, though. Maybe there's been more time passing. Yeah, maybe. Alright, then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah. I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called? It's called? But why are you all looking at me? I'm sorry, we'll look away. No, can't look. Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. When she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. Hey Guardian, congratulations on the 3rd redeem. How are you doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes, and everyone applauds. You just imagine you're in like your literature club, right? You're nervous about it. You go and you read this poem that you've written, and then everyone else is beginning applause, right? And then they just start booing you. Oh, I don't think I would come back at that point. Also have rhythm and rhyme. That's good. Doing good, just chilling, nice. I'm glad to hear that. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Oh no, Natsuki. You know, I think that you might miss what the purpose is here. You know, they've already been talking about presenting during the school festival. Oof. Oh well. Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, we've done this once, Monica. You know, maybe we need to practice this a little bit more before we're like, okay, we're going to do it in front of the whole school. I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I guess if you don't care about the other people. Maybe this is, you know, Natsuki's way of saying that she really cares about the club members, but doesn't care about, like, the wider school populace. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. Okay, so yeah, that's how it is. But when it's just my friends... Wait, we're friends? I have friends now! Yay! It's just embarrassing. You're taking off? Well, hope you have a good night there, Ruby. Thank you for dropping by. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it'd be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Hehe. Again, what's with that pose? Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try and write poems for tomorrow as well. Recite the poem Freebird. I mean, that would be an interesting, like, way to do things, right? Like, take some song, and then turn the lyrics into poetry, and then just, like, read the song as slam poetry or something. It's kind of transformational, right? What do you think? Do you think that is, like, just a terrible plan, or do you think it's actually like, oh, you're kind of doing something a little creative there? I could see it both ways, honestly. Songs are kind of like poetry, that's true. I mean, you'd have to, like, change the beats up and stuff, but I still think it could be interesting. You know, it could, if you were, like, if a character did that in something, it could either say, oh, they're really lazy, right? Or it could be, like, a surprising kind of twist of creativity. But that's kind of just how I feel. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. Okay, so we're writing poems every day here. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori or Monica, but I will do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club. I can do anything as long as it's for the club. And impressing Monica. But mostly for the club, right? Or is this mostly for impressing Monica? We need to know what our motivation is here. Then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? For the club? Okay. Actually, you know what? We haven't done a poll in a while, so I think we need to do a poll here. Manage a poll. New poll. What is our motivation for the club? Impressing Monica. Here we go. Let's run that poll. Oh, thank you for the stretch and hydrate and yeehaw, Guardian. As always, if you want to join in and be happy and healthy together, please feel free. And if not, you know what? That's fine too. Let's stretch up to the sky, way up high. Let's stretch to the side. And let's stretch to the other side. And let's stretch forward. Let's stretch the left arm over the body. Let's stretch the right arm over the body. Let's rotate those shoulders. 1, 2, 3. And let's rotate the neck. 1, 2, 3. And let's stretch out those legs. Do 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 do. 1, 2, 3. No option for crimes. Well, I think, you know, if our motivation is doing anything for the club, that may also involve crimes. Or, I guess if it's impressing Monica, maybe Monica is impressed by, you know, us being some sort of criminal delinquent. So, whatever option you feel more involves crimes, maybe both of them do to some extent. Maybe they're different crimes. Maybe, you know what, maybe the club is only impressed by murder, but Monica is just really into tax fraud. So, you might have to just make a decision based on that there, Tanji. Oh. Actually, no, I don't think it's Monica that's impressed by tax fraud. I think that's Yoshi. Or was it that Yoshi did his taxes? Oh, we're 50-50. Well, now we'll never know what our motivation is. Maybe we need to impress Monica for the club. Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Definitely Yoshi? Okay. Hehe. Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. Must be a little nice, though. Always going home together. I mean, you know, I think I mentioned it in one of the earlier streams, but I'm just assuming that, you know, the protagonist and Sayori are married at this point. Always going home together. Listen, they came to Poetry Club to find something new to do as a couple. To keep that spice, keep the spice of the relationship going. Of course, basically marriage, yep. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? I think you're supposed to say, "That's my wife." It's okay, Cobalt, you don't have to say it. Oh my goodness, you know, Sayori wants to keep this marriage secret. Whatever, let's go already. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. Ah, no wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... I mean... Sayori fumbles with her words. So, let's just say that one day, Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. I mean, is the correct answer here, well, we should all walk home together? You know, like friendship, right? Well, I would walk home with Yuri. I would still walk home with Sayori. I don't know. What should we say? Can we argue with this whole situation is hypothetical and therefore doesn't matter? Or we could all walk home together as friends. I feel like this is a metaphor for something, but I just don't get it. I don't get it. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Redeem Well. Hope you are doing well. And Stretch, again, then we'll all be married. Listen, I think that's partially why they're coming to Literature Club. Is, you know, the protagonist and Sayori are looking to spice things up. And, you know, we know that the protagonist is into Monica, and we know that Sayori has been talking with Monica a lot. So maybe this is going to end with, you know, a happy, like, 5-way polycule, I guess? As always, if you want to join in, be happy and healthy together. Oh. I'm sorry. It was just the turn there. Oh, okay. Sorry. Regarding stretching and hydrating, if everybody wants to join in and be happy and healthy together, please feel free. But I guess if everybody wants to join the Doki Doki Literature Club Polycule, you know what? And be happy and healthy together, please feel free. Let's stretch up to the sky, way up high. And let's stretch to the side. Let's stretch to the other side. And let us stretch forward. Let's stretch the left arm over the body. Let's stretch the right arm over the body. Let's rotate those shoulders. 1, 2, 3. Let's rotate the neck. 1, 2, 3. And let's shake out those legs. 1, 2, 3. And then let's hydrate. Alright, let's mark those as done. Hydrate. Complete. Stretch. Complete. So, should we poll for this? Let's poll for this. We've been polling things. It's good. Manage the poll. New poll. Who should we walk home with? Yuri. Sayori. Start the poll. Let's let that think. I mean, like, again, both of these. Like, have I already said I'm gonna walk home with Yuri, you know, because you were staying at the club late or something, Sayori? Have I said that I was gonna walk home with you? Again, why can't we just all walk home together? Who are those two again? I missed the first stream. So Sayori is this girl, like on screen in front of us, and then Yuri is the long, like purple black-haired girl. And then Natsuki is the pink-haired girl, and Monica is the brown-haired girl. I don't know, I just love the background music of this. It's just so nice and, like, charming. I will not apologize for my votes. Oh no, Will, what did you vote for? Did you add a secret, like, third option? Dang, I should have put we all need to walk home together as friends, and then the final option is just run away. Run away from the conversation. This conversation is too awkward. Just peace out. Be like, nope. I don't want to have this conversation with you. Alright, let's take a look at what this Yuri, oh my goodness. Oh no. Everyone wants to walk home with Yuri. I mean, that's fine. It's... You guys are all monsters. Like, why would you say that to Sayori right when we're just standing here with her? Can we not just be a little bit more, like, you know, socially aware? And say, like, hey, this is fine. 400 channel points, will you, monster? Alright. I guess this is what I get for allowing channel points. You can say, Sayori. Just being dumb. No, we've committed to this. This is what I get for asking for a poll. I mean, you know, you did want me to be friends with the rest of the members of the Literature Club. Sayori, don't ask questions you don't want answers to. But yes, the protagonist is just a jerk. Walking home with Yuri, huh? Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? Bum, 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 bum. I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialize, I'd feel awful turning her down, so... Isn't she so beautiful and smart? Oh no. Like, that's, You know what, if you hadn't just dropped that last line there, it would have been fine, buddy. You just have to make things awkward for everybody. That has nothing to do with what I just said. Oh wait, was it Sayori that said that? Hold on, I need to check the history. Okay, no, it was Sayori saying that she's beautiful and smart. I mean, hey Sayori, you know what? If you like Yuri, that's fine too. You admitted it. Jeez. There's not even any point in speculating something that's never gonna happen. Well, maybe. But I just like to think about it. Okay. You like to think about the protagonist walking home with Yuri? I feel like that is something, but sure. Again, you know, let's just have the happy ending with the 5-person polycule, I guess. Everybody goes to Literature Club and then falls in love. Living their best life. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know? Need you? Sayori. I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry. Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you. There you go. There you go. Okay, the protagonist knows what's going on. If you say so. Conversation trails off, and I'm left feeling awkward. But it was kind of her fault for trapping me with such a weird question. I mean, again, you should have chosen the third option there, buddy. But okay. I can't just lie to her. Of course you can. It's called a white lie, and it stops things from being weird. You could have just lied to her. Or you could have said something like, hey, let's all walk home together as friends. Unless maybe Sayori hates Yuri, I don't know. But if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Probably only good things, right? Bum bum. Alright. The existence of joy. Does that also imply the existence of sadness? Doki Doki music is very relaxing. Uncontrollable feather. Do you think that's the feather that Dumbo uses to fly? It's uncontrollable. Peaceful ambient. I mean, hey, I like a peaceful ambience, you know? That's what you want. You know, just a nice, pleasant background situation. Scars and socks. I feel like that's gotta be the name of somebody's, like, autobiography, right? Scars and socks. A story of resilience and overcoming my terrible childhood. Or something. I don't know. What do we want to pick? Let's do... Existence? Maybe? Existence. Okay. Milk and romance. Is that what happened when my father left to go get milk and then never came back? Broken and cry. Sometimes you do need to cry when something is broken. Even if all it is society. Why special? I don't know. I don't know what we can link up there. Maybe it's very special how cute you are. Whirlwind incapable. I don't know. I am incapable of stopping the whirlwind. It's true. Cage and loud. So what, you've put like the puppy in the kennel and it's just barking? It is not happy about its situation. It's too incapable. Oh, Fury again. Okay. Warm. Breathe. How's it going, Cobalt and everyone? It's going alright, Professor. How are you doing tonight? Hope you are doing well. We are currently writing poetry. You know, that weird slam poetry or whatever. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Wonderful comfort. It is wonderful to be comforted when you're feeling sad. Yep. Awesome thing. Wait, is somebody doing karaoke? Let's go. I'm so hyped. Explode. Unrestrained. Let's explode with the unrestrained force of like 10,000 suns. Desire to giggle. Let us do comfort. Let's do comfort. Hey, there you go, Sarah. You're on the board. I mean, there's been a lot of hee-hee-hees for me today, but it's more like hee-hee-hee. You know, like the gremlin going hee-hee-hee, as opposed to a hee-hee of joy. I go hee-hee-hee-hee-hee-hee. Oh, so dumb. Sir, are you saying that you don't like the idea of me, you know, cackling like a gremlin there, Will? Because there was a lot of that for me today. And it brought me joy. It brought me pure bliss. Maybe not the bliss of being alone with a rainbow, but still. I'm 100% opposed to it. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make this a whole thing. I apologize. I will try to do better. I'm voting against it in the next election. Okay. Okay. Wait, you think we're holding elections here? No. I'm a benevolent dictator for life. There are no elections. I think I can only be, you know, deposed if it's gonna be like a coup. And who's gonna coup me, right? Is it the mods? Mods, are you gonna try to coup me? Please don't. Because otherwise I will laugh in the nightgown. Oh, riding. Okay. Not doing great today. Champ isn't doing very well. I'm very sorry to hear that, Professor. Hopefully everything gets better, and hopefully stream can take your mind off things. Make no promises. I'm not up to anything. Oh my goodness. I think I'm gonna be cooed by the mods. Uh-oh. I will have to enact my my backup plan. You know, it would be a funny bit if I just went and unmodded everybody for like 5 seconds, but it's too much work. We can just pretend that I did that, right? You know, suddenly there are no mods, and then it's just horror. And if we leave it, things will start to fester. But no, we want to be together and go boop. What do we want? Let's do alone. There we go. Unrequited passion. We're going on vacation. Surprise grocery run shall return. Well, thank you for the lyric, Will. I hope your surprise grocery run goes well and you can find many tasty things to eat. Unless you're not buying food. If you're buying, like, cleaning supplies, don't eat them. That would be bad for you. Pain. We covet the dream of family bubbles. It's not a family tree, it's a family bubble. With enough determination, maybe you too can be lucky. Drinks bleach. No, don't do it! do be okay though, being here to hang out with my spirits. Hope stream's going well. Stream has been going well. But yes, I do hope that we can cheer you up a bit while you're here, there, Professor. Take your mind off things and all that. What do we want to do for a word here? Let's do passion. Okay, there we go. The infinite is just being silly. It's just a silly little guy. Raindrops and happiness? I mean, you can be happy in the rain, right? Why do they say you always have to cry in the rain? No. Just dance around and be happy in the rain. I mean, as a child, in front of my childhood home, you know, there was, like, the road was in a certain angle that it would form, like, a giant puddle. Every time it rained, right in front of my house. Giant puddle. And I would go and I would get my rubber boots on and I would run back and forth in that puddle until my boots were just full of water. And then I would take them off, I would pour them back out into the puddle, and then just start the whole thing over again. Singing in the rain, exactly. I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again. Oh, it's adorable. It is very cute, yes. I was so adorable as a child. What the hell happened? But that, yeah, then just come back in just like filthy, right? Just soaked in like dirty rainwater. And it's like, well, okay, now let's go have like a bath or something. Cobalt. Oh. Sometimes it is fun when things are frightening. And sometimes things are so frightening, they're fun. Agonizing over the emptiness. Agonizing over the empty strawberry portrait. Because there is no strawberry in the portrait. And that hurts. That hurts real bad. Let's do empty. Candy nibble. You want to nibble on the candy, don't you? Maybe does that imply that we're on some sort of diet? That we can't eat the whole candy, we just have to have a little nibble of it? It's like the kind of thing where, you know, you look at the recommended serving and it's like, you know, for a bag of candy, it's like you eat like 4 pieces, and it's like, no, 4 Skittles is the recommended serving of Skittles. Something insane like that, right? When you're like, what is this garbage? What is this? That is nobody is eating the recommended serving here. Alright. When you're feeling melancholy, is it okay to be lazy? I think so. If you twirl through the graveyard, will that wake up the zombies? Does the heart go bouncy bounce? And do we hope for adventure? Maybe we do. Let's do graveyard. Okay. The melody of fireworks. Insight. Electricity. Sunny skipping. Ribbon games. Crimson. Disown. Let's do melody. Hey, there you go. Natsuki's on the board. The captive fantasy. Vitality. Blanket. Vanilla memories. The beauty bunny. Pink and sweet. Let's do memories. Okay. Disaster. Love. Despise shopping. Papa. Shiny cheeks. Tragedy. Heartbeat. Hop. Let's do heartbeat. Okay. Nature hopeless. Are they saying that climate change can't be stopped? Oh no. The lollipop sensation. I don't know, I feel like that's gonna be some sort of weird, like, spy novel. Clumsy philosophy. Extraordinary variance. Misfortune lipstick. Let's do misfortune. Kitty smile. Treasure rose. Excitement prayer. Secretive chocolate. I think secretive chocolate might be the best kind of chocolate. Because no one else knows you have it. And then you don't have to share. Party color. Let's do prayer. Okay. The peace swimsuit. Flying analysis. Intellectual inferno. I actually like that. Intellectual inferno. Does that mean that you're just going completely off the rails into the weeds? Just, you know, there's accepted, like, science accepted there, and you're just way off out in the bushes. Actually, did you know that the Earth is comprised of one very large bee? Fireflies, contamination, after image, and sticky. I thought it was sickly, but no, it's sticky. Let's do flying. Okay. Vivid defeat. Fickle playground. Kiss. Incongruent. Eternity whisper. Journey. Valentine. Let's do eternity. Okay. The dark embrace. Dirt play. Childhood jumpy. Shame. Vertigo. Ocean. Dark. Effulgent. Vibrant, precious, unending dance, climax, parfait, tears, lust, depression. There we go. Entropy, extreme, anxiety, flee, misery, forgive, whistle, puppy, bed, sparkle. Let's do anxiety. Oh, maybe it was misery. Suicide, anime, pout, sunset, time, judgment, disoriented, disarray, uncanny, amazing. Let's do this one. Oh, okay, that's not who I thought would like that word, but sure. Starscape, cute. Aura, sadness, daydream, hair, dazzle, destiny, raincloud, massacre. Let's do raincloud. Grief mouse. The mouse that's filled with grief. The essence of flower. Marriage, landscape, email, imagination, anger, fluffy. Let's do marriage. Oh, okay, apparently Sayori is like, yeah, we are married. That is the word that makes Sayori happy. Oh man. The last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked in too. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it weren't for all of you. And I'm just super happy you're all willing to help out for the festival too. I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great. Huh? Weren't you complaining about it just yesterday, Natsuki? Well, yeah. I'm not talking about our part of the festival. She's like, yeah, listen, we'll get the poetry club, literature club part done so I can go do the festival stuff that I actually care about. But it's a whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. You sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Monica, do they usually have fried squid? Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You, of all people? I didn't say I don't like it. I don't think I've never had squid. How do people feel about squid in chat? Are you pro or anti-squid? Besides, what do you mean, you of all people? Because it's right in your name. Monica. Huh? Pro Squid Games? Oh my goodness. That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. Huh? Never mind. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? You just want to see people suffer for your amusement and, like, the promise of money there, Guardian? You're a monster. Fine, fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri's or Sayori's anyway. Excuse me. Where is Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayori is sitting at a desk in the corner of the room, looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayori. I wave my hand in front of her face. Eh? You're spacing out again. Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Huh? Is everything okay? Of course. Oh good, wholesome dating sims. Hey Liar, how are you doing today? I hope you are doing well. That's right, wholesome dating sims. You know, where the scariest thing is knowing people and being known by them. You know, you take your heart out, you put it out there, and you say, hey, would you like to go to literature club with me? And then you have to feel the nervousness that they might say no. Or maybe even worse, they might say yes. They might want to go to literature club with you. And that's scary in a whole different way. Why wouldn't it be? Doing good? Think your phone's about to die? Let's see how long I can stay. Well, hopefully your phone stays alive. But I'm glad to hear that you're doing well. This feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Jeez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sayori shows me a big smile. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everybody. Maybe I want to have fun with you, Sayori. Well, alright. If you say so. I worriedly glance at Sayori before turning back towards everyone else. But the conversation has already dispersed, with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed anything about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approach Monica, who is shuffling through some papers at her desk. Cobalt, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading into it a little too much, but she seems a bit downcast today. Oh? You think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who is idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there's something on her mind. But I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Cobalt. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things that bothered her. But this time, when I asked her, she was really dismissive. I'm sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. Oh no, it's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Yeah? Are you sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just has a hard time bringing it up with the person of interest. Oh my goodness, am I the victim or the perpetrator? And if you get that joke, hey. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Cobalt. Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know? Huh? She's been so much happier ever since you've joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her. What? No way. Sayori is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now than it always has been. Hee. You're so funny, Cobalt. You heard it here first, you know, I'm apparently a comedic genius. Have you thought that maybe you've always seen her as so cheerful, because that's just how she is when she's around you? I said too much. I'm sorry, what do I know anyway? Didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should forget about what I said. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. Alright. Monica smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know I won't be able to get the words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her. But she's keeping her voice so quiet that I can't hear her from here. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and have fun with everyone else. But that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her, letting this weigh me down so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary. But there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Why does it feel like I'm being watched? I glance around the room. Suddenly, I notice Yuri peering at me from over her book. But she looks away just as quickly with a flustered look on her face. I realize that she won't get anywhere like this. I've never really seen Yuri approach anyone or start a conversation on her own accord. I mean, you know, it just sounds like she's very socially awkward and doesn't know how to start a conversation. And you know what? That is a thing. It's okay, Yuri. It'll all be okay. So I have no choice but to approach her myself. But now it's a little easier for me to do that. I stand up from my desk and sit down and sit in the one next to her own. I didn't mean to bother you or anything. Relax. You didn't even do anything. But I could tell you wanted to be alone with your thoughts. Alone with my thoughts? How were you even able to tell what I was thinking like that? Well, it's something that I do a lot. So it wasn't hard for me to spot based on your posture and expression. Not that I was staring or anything. I didn't do anything creepy like that. In any case, I guess you were right. I'm sorry if I caused you any concern. Don't apologize. Your troubles are only the concern of those who willingly share in that concern. That's kind of insightful. You really think about it. Of course, there are certainly those who find the most comfort in keeping to themselves. But if you'd prefer to share what's on your mind, then I would be glad to listen. It's really not that big of a deal. I was just feeling a bit uneasy about Sayori. Sayori? Yeah, she seems a little off today. When I asked her about it, she didn't want to admit it to me. Hey Bells! How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh? That's quite romantic. Huh? Sorry. I didn't mean to say something stupid. It's not that, I just didn't want you to misunderstand. Sayori and I have been friends for a long time, that's all. Doing well, that's good to hear. I am doing okay, you know? Feels a little bit strange being back to streaming after 2 weeks, but I'm glad. had a pretty chill day. I seem to have remembered how this whole thing works. And now we're playing just this nice, relaxing, not at all spooky for October game, Doki Doki Literature Club. Oh. Oh, poor Sayori, you know? Are we in a universe where the childhood friend just never wins? I see. Then perhaps it is unusual for her to be dismissive to you about her feelings. Glad you remembered how to scream. Me too. I'm glad it was like, okay, now what button do I press to turn the computer on? Oh no, it just went up in flames. Well, I've lost everything. I guess there's that. Or maybe I'm just reading into it a little too much. How do I shoot web? That was a big plot line in Spider-Man 2. Just trying to read everything upside down or something. Yeah, no good, no good. Fly web. Yep. Go web, go. Yep. Man, I haven't watched the original in a long time. Maybe I should do that at some point. I don't think I ever watched the third movie in the original trilogy. I think I just watched 1 and 2, and I know a decent bit about 3 from like the memes, but like I don't think I ever actually watched it. Maybe I should do that. Cobalt. The world is full of meaning, often hidden deep beneath plain sight. Is it? Need to watch along with Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies? They are so good, yes. I definitely did watch the first two. I mean, speaking of watch along, something that I wish like streaming services would do would be like have something that supports a watch along, right? So, you know, like I sign into my account and then like I generate a code or something, or anyone does it, and then it just syncs up to, you know, the viewer. So it's not like, okay, well, let's just have, it's like, okay, we're gonna press start now. But there probably is some technical reason, even though I don't think that would, you know, be too much additional data transfer. So what is the meaning in this sentence, Yuri? I feel like she's trying to say something, but I just don't understand. Tubby McGuire, my beloved. Well, now the real question is, did you watch, what was it, Seabiscuit there, pals? I think that was another big movie he was in. Was it before Spider-Man or after Spider-Man? Was it, he did Seabiscuit and then he did Spider-Man, or the other way around? I don't know, I don't remember. And there are many untold mysteries behind every person, no matter how well you may know them. I mean, you know, there's the version of yourself that you show the world. There's a version of yourself that you show, you know, like your family, a version you show your friends, and then a version that you keep hidden for just you. How much can we really say that we truly know anybody? Do you think about it that way? And like, you could say, oh, maybe the version of myself that I only show myself is the truest version. But that's not necessarily the case either, right? You know, sometimes we lie to ourselves. Maybe our friends and family have a better idea of who we are than we think they do. And maybe if they say, hey, you're like this, you might say, well, no, I'm not. You could be wrong too. It's true. Am I lying to myself? I mean, maybe. You know, when you say like, when people say like, oh, I'm not good at whatever or something, you know, that like imposter syndrome sort of stuff. And then you're like, well, I don't believe in myself. And then, you know, everyone else is like, no, you're good at what you do or whatever. Then that's, maybe what you're, you know, what the wider world sees is actually, you know, more correct than your self-reflection at that point. Maybe they're all a bit true. Many parts of the whole, yeah. It probably is something along those lines. But who knows, right? Maybe we'll just have to get very philosophical and chat while we're chatting with Yuri here. Ah. So you think there might be something behind it after all? You know, listen, we gotta scale up, right? Yuri likes the philosophical discussions, so we have to meet her halfway there. I think that Sayori is a very complex person. Her mannerisms on the outside don't always match what might be going on inside her head. Wait, is Yuri a telepath? And she might not always know what she wants. I noticed her strange behavior today too. And I also feel some concern for her. But in your case, it looked like she was fully occupying your thoughts, wasn't she? Well, I guess that was the case. Sayori. She really means a lot to you, doesn't she? I guess. You don't need to put it that way. We're just good friends, that's all. Yuri suddenly looks deeply into my eyes. Her expression is gentle and curious, as if she was searching for something. Embarrassed, I avert my gaze. Don't look at me! I can't stand it! Sometimes a person's mysteries are untold even to themselves. Yuri gets what we're talking about here. And you, as someone honest and caring, may uncover feelings you weren't aware were in you. I think that she would be a very fortunate person to have you feel that way about her. Yuri, you're giving me too much credit. I'm a pretty simple guy. So I think I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings. Oh, very insightful there, protagonist. I'm not nearly as sophisticated as you. That's not a compliment, is it? It is what it is. I mean, you know, that is a perfectly valid statement. The protagonist and myself would sync up with being like, it is what it is. Anyway, as long as we're here, why don't we do some reading? Well, as long as you're okay with it. Yeah. I should be taking my mind off this whole thing anyway. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monica calls out to the club room. Why don't we all share our poems now? Before I know it, everything is back to normal. It is what it is. Words I tell myself every day. I think we might be on the same wavelength there, Bells. It is what it is. What will be, you know. Perfectly reasonable things. Same brain. It's the one brain cell that everybody shares, right? Something terrible happens, and it's like, well, it is what it is. I make eye contact with Monica, and she smiles at me. Wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. Who should I show my poem to first? Should we do another poll, guys? Let's do another poll. Polls are fun. Bum, bum. Manage poll. It's an honor to share a brain cell. It's, you know, like the theory that, what is it? It's like there's one neutrino that's bouncing back and forth through time or something. I don't know if it's a widely accepted theory, but I think it might be a neutrino. There's only one brain cell. Everybody in the world shares it. That's why sometimes you look at people and you're like, how could you be that stupid? And it was because they didn't have the brain cell when they made that decision. Who share poem with? Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, Monica. Start poll, let's go. I don't know, I feel like Sayori should either be first or last, just because we're worried about her. So I don't know if that's like we should go and then immediately be like, hey, let's chat here. So let us see what is the will of the people. Sounds like we gotta check up on her, yeah. I don't know if it's like we should do it first, because then it's like, well, we don't have to talk to anyone else after we start talking with her, or if it's we should do it last, because then, you know, we have like all the rest of the day to kind of talk with her. I don't know. Ba-dum ba-dum bum. Ba-dum ba-dum bum. Bum. I mean, we are gonna walk home with her too, so maybe check on her first, and then, you know, more when we're walking home with her. Oh. Gotta make sure she's doing okay, right? But yeah, I'm hoping that we'll be able to get this this done by end of October. You know, get the spookiest thing of all out of the way for Halloween, and that, of course, is romance. All right, what do we have? What do the people say? The people say, check on Sayori. Monmaka. Well, I apparently just, you know, fat fingered that. Not Monmika. I think Monmika might be a Star Wars character. But alright, let's talk to Sayori first. This is your best one so far. It's really nice, Cobalt. Thanks. Listen, can we talk about what's going on with you? I'm worried. Sayori, I'm worried. Sayori, you've been a little quiet today. Good job there, protagonist. You got this. Is everything okay? Of course. Everything is fine. Maybe I'm just a little tired today. Hehe. Do you want a nap or something? Oh, that's silly. Don't worry about me, okay? And then back, my phone died as soon as I asked about the Spider-Man watch-along. The man doesn't want that to exist, they're liar. They're trying to cut you off. Only want to see smiles on your face. Well, alright. Hey, Cobalt. I'm still a little surprised. I really thought you'd try writing your poems the way Yuri does. Or even Natsuki. But in the end, yeah. I guess you're the one that likes this one the most. Why? You don't want to get closer with everyone else? Wait. Of course I do. But that doesn't mean I need to try so hard to impress them. I still understand you the most, Sayori. Aww. 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 I know you have to sometimes put up with me, and I have to sometimes put up with you. But we have a wavelength or something. And that is how, or this is how the poem came out. Sometimes it feels like you're the only exciting thing in my life. Oh wait, that was sweet. Oh. Yeah, no, we wrote the best poem for Sayori today. So we get to be very, very sweet with her. You know what? Maybe the childhood friend is gonna win this time. I mean, we're already married to her, right? So sometimes it's just easier to write when thinking about you. Aww. Sayori? No. Cobalt. I don't deserve this. You're too nice to me. Why are you doing this? Sayori has trouble keeping her voice steady all of a sudden. If you had fun with everyone else instead, this would be so much easier. Sayori. Glance around the room to make sure nobody has noticed this. Sayori. I probably never said this before, but I don't understand what you're feeling right now. Tell me what will cheer you up. Sayori shakes her head. She sniffles and keeps shaking her head. Finally, she gathers herself and puts on a smile. It's nothing, Cobalt. It's just a little rain cloud. I'm sorry you had to see that. I promise it won't happen again. Just smiles from everyone, okay? That's all that matters. Go play with everyone else. I'm gonna go home a little bit early today. Sayori. Tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom, humming to herself. Sayori, it's okay to be sad. It is okay to be sad sometimes. You know what? And your friends care about you. And I want to help however I can. So, listen, I would walk home with you today. If you're feeling ill, maybe you shouldn't be on your own. Who should I show my poem to next? Let's just go in descending order. So, Natsuki. This one's alright. Alright? Well, yeah. About as good as yesterday's anyway. Hey, we are not getting worse day over day. This is good. I see what you're going for, but it's just not really my style. I mean, that's fine. I'm mostly just glad you're trying a little bit. Well, of course I'm at least trying. Why are you so emotionally invested in my poems anyway? Isn't that more of a compliment to me? Huh? No. Gross. It's not like I care. Anything. Idiot. It's just that one of us in the club has to make sure you're not slacking off. Really? Well, what if you just ended up scaring me away? That's, it's not like you'd actually do that. Yeah, you're right. It's kind of fun to hang out here, even if I have to put up with you. Harsh. But you know what? Tsundere, yep. It's not like I like you, idiot. Now here, take the cupcakes I made. Ah. Natsuki's elbow connects with my stomach. Oh my goodness. You know, we go from like, you know, a little bit of banter back and forth to just pure physical violence. That is not good. Listen, no. Oh? Maybe I won't mind scaring you away after all. I was just joking. Ba-dum-ba-bum. Oh, I know. Don't worry, I was too. Just a bit of, you know, lighthearted, you know, physical violence, right? It's not like I like you or anything, but Natsuki, 2023. Actually, I think this would be more like 2021. Or 2018? How the hell did you call that a joke? That's right, physical violence is no joke. I don't know when the game came out. I think the Literature Club Plus was 2021. And I want to say the other one was 2018 or something. That's what I'm going to go with. I suppose we could check. 1 second. Let's ask the Google. Doki Literature Club. Okay, Doki Literature Club was a 2017 one. And then Literature Club Plus was... Plus release date was 2021. Okay. So that works. Alright. Oh, let's kill that. There we go. That seriously hurt. Well, maybe it was funny to her. Again, you have to say, like, no, that's not okay. Natsuki, you can't just seriously hurt me. Just because it makes you giggle. Can't believe it's been that long. Feels like it was released just yesterday. I mean, yeah, like, 2020 was, like, yesterday, and also, like, 10 years ago at this point. And we're not going to say anything about how long ago the 90s were. Or I will crumble to dust. It's a thing. Guess that's kind of the point. I should really just watch my mouth around Natsuki. Yeah, watch your mouth or you're gonna get smacked. Again, very, very healthy relationship there. That's why we're not writing poems for her. Ideas I hardly do her. You can't hurt me because it makes you giggle. Oh, really? Oh, no! Well, oh no, this seems like a very unhealthy relationship, but thank you for the push-ups, Redeem. Actually, no, you know what, it's not hurting me, it's keeping me fit, right? So maybe this is okay. Why no? Oh, alright. 1 second. Let's do those push-ups. It's been a while. I'll have to screenshot them for the eventual Pokemon video I'm doing. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10. Yeah, there we go. So strong. I did it. I survived. Oh. Yeah, I do have a folder where I'm currently screen capping each one of the push-up redeems. For later. And let's mark that as complete. Ba-doo. Anyway, Natsuki holds her poem out to me like nothing even happened. Maybe nothing did in her point of view. For later, you say? Yep. I have a bit in the eventual Pokemon video that I'm gonna make use of them for. You know, sometimes you're like, well, hey, we can leverage this for a bit, right? I'll be your beach. Your mind is so full of troubles and fears that diminish your wonder over the years. But today I have a special place, a beach for us to go. Excited to see it. I mean, there definitely is a lot of work in going through and, you know, turning the VOD into a script, but it's fun. I'm excited for it eventually being done. It's just, you know, there's definitely some times where I'm like, a 5.5-hour stream? Cobalt, what were you thinking? I've learned the trick of, you know, watching random bits where I'm just like hunting random Pokemon on like 2 times speed. It makes it go by a lot quicker. Who knows, maybe we'll have it done by the end of the year. I've got my fingers crossed, right? Hopefully well, not hopefully, there probably isn't that much of the DLC, so we're getting closer to the end. But yeah, hopefully I will get some more script writing done later in the week. And all that jazz. I believe in you, thank you, thank you. A shore reaching beyond your sight, a sea that sparkles with brilliant light. The walls in your mind will melt away before the sunny glow. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way that you thought had left you long ago. Let's bury your heavy thoughts in a pile of sand. Bathe in sunbeams and hold my hand. Wash your insecurities in the salty sea, and let me see you shine. Let's leave your memories in a footprint trail. Set you free in my windy sail. And remember the reasons you're wonderful when you press your lips to mine. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way that you thought had left you long ago. But if you let me by your side, your own beach, your own escape, you'll learn to love yourself again. Yeah. I felt like I kept writing about negative things, so I wanted to write something with a nice message for once. Romance. Romance indeed. Besides, the beach is awesome. Kinda hard to write anything negative about the beach. Oh, really, Natsuki? Really? I've got plenty of negative things about the beach. Hey, you go out swimming on the beach, eaten by a shark. You know, you get bit by a poisonous snake. There's a tsunami. Somebody kicks over your sandcastle. The beach is terrible. Huh. Oh. Sand is rough and it gets everywhere, yeah. Rough and coarse and gets everywhere. And sometimes there's just a whole planet made of sand. And sadness. And slavery. So really, you have to think things through, Natsuki. You know, like you can say that you want to write positive things about the beach, but you sometimes have to accept that there are also negative things. But you go swimming and then just gets, you know, chopped up by somebody's off-board motor. You know, because they're just boating around like a big jerk. Yes, maybe you're a manatee and then people aren't following the speed limits. Oh my goodness, we're just getting too negative. Hold on here, Cobalt, just roll it back, roll it back. This is fine. The sand is warm and cozy. There we go, we've got something positive about the beach. So you decided to write about the beach first and came up with the message later? Yeah, well, it's only because of what happened yesterday. I mean, after Yuri and I realized we kind of wrote about the same thing. He wanted to pick a topic and have us both write about it, or whatever. Ah, you can really see her doing that too. Making us write about a simple topic and then trying to impress me by coming up with something all fancy. Well, it's not like I care or anything. Idiot. Just did it anyway. I mean, I guess mine ended up being kind of metaphorical too. But there's nothing wrong with doing that once in a while. At the very least, it was good practice. Alright, let's show it to Yuri next. Well done, Cobalt. You've definitely improved your writing over the course of these few days. Has my advice been helpful to you? Yeah, definitely. I'm glad. Sharing our writing like this, it's so intimate. It's a lot more fun and rewarding than I anticipated. I need to remember to thank Monica. I think we all felt a little awkward at first. Now it seems like everyone is enjoying sharing their writings and seeing what the others think. I guess I can't really disagree. I was afraid this whole thing would be a chore. But it's a great way for me to spend some personal time with all the girls in the club. But it's been fun getting to know everyone and their writing. Hey, hold on, that wasn't what you thought. And I guess doing some writing myself. Well, have you learned anything about yourself, Kobolds? Huh? Well, you know how I like to say that writing is a very personal way to get in touch with yourself? In the end, it doesn't matter if you're a good writer or a bad writer. And even my opinions are just opinions, you know? As always, I believe what's most important is exploring and discovering yourself. That's comforting. I'm kind of afraid of disappointing you in some way or another. Yeah? Why me? Well, you're always sophisticated with your writing and have the most advice to share. Is that so? Yuri thinks for a good minute. That must be terrible. Huh? For me to have become someone whose opinion is so fearsome. How unlikable of me. Yuri's just blushing. It's adorable. Yuri, it's not as bad as you're making it sound in your head. I just meant that I respect your opinion. I see. I'm sorry that I always overthink and come to these sorts of conclusions. I'm just a little too used to it. Overthinking? Being disliked. Yuri. What am I saying? Sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up. Let's move on. Alright. Do you want to share your poem now? Okay, here. Beach. A marvel millions of years in the making. Where the womb of Earth chaotically meets the surface, under a clear blue sky, an expanse of bliss. But beneath gray rolling clouds, an endless enigma. The easiest world to get lost in is the one where everything can be found. One can only build a sandcastle where the sand is wet. But where the sand is wet, the tide comes. Will it gently lick at your foundations until you give in? Or will a sudden wave send you crashing down in the blink of an eye? Either way, the outcome is the same. Fine. Yet, we still build sandcastles. I stand where the foam wraps around my ankles, where my toes squish into the sand. The salty air is therapeutic. The breeze is gentle yet powerful. I sink my toes into the ultimate boundary line, tempted by the foamy tendrils. Turn back and I abandon my peace to a road at the shore. Drift forward, and I return to Earth forevermore. I don't know, okay, so she's saying that the salty air is therapeutic. Do we think that, that Yuri has, like, tuberculosis? You know, wasn't it a thing that's like, you know, they're like, oh, go to the sea, the air will be good for your consumption. It just helped, I guess? I don't know. Listen, Yuri, you know what? You don't need to go to the sea for the good air anymore. They have anti-tuberculosis medication that you can have. We can take care of this, okay? I'm aware that the beach is kind of an inane thing to write about, but I did my best to take a metaphorical approach to it. Yes, Natsuki already told me about it. She did? She didn't say anything weird, did she? She just wanted us to write about the same topic again. I suppose to better compare the differences in our writing styles, or thought processes. Anyway, it was her idea. Okay, they're both blaming one another. They are very similar. Knowing her, it's no surprise she'd want to do something like that. She probably just wants to show off, guys, you're pretty similar in some ways. You don't need to fight, okay? You can just be friends. It's not like I have a particular interest in her writing style. I just went with her request. But, well, I suppose it's not so bad to write about something simple on occasion. It can be refreshing, you know? It's good for me to calm my thoughts once in a while. Yeah, I think I agree. Thanks for sharing. Bum, 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 bum. Who should I show my poem to next? Monica. There's only one option. Unless I want to throw the poem out the window and say, sorry, I didn't write a poem. Hi, Cobalt. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure. Whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. I'll let Monica take the poem I'm holding in my hands. It's pretty good. Makes me think of Sayori, like the other one you wrote. You two are like the dynamic duo. That's kind of exaggerating it. Yeah, probably. But you do spend a lot of time with her, even in this club, don't you? Then again, I don't blame you for being a little shy. I'm not shy, it's just... I'm just teasing. I know it takes a bit of time to make friends with everyone. But Yuri and Natsuki are super interesting people, so don't be afraid to give them their share of time. And you can talk to me every now and then too. I'm not like unapproachable or anything, am I? No, it's nothing like that. I'm just still getting used to being here, that's all. I mean, this is like day 3 of the club, right? So, it makes sense. Sorry if I was putting pressure on you or something. I really didn't mean it like that. No, don't worry. I get what you're saying. Oh, alright. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright? Alright. The Lady Who Knows Everything. An old tale tells the lady who wanders the earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather. Lost adrift the sky, a victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day I search. I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But, when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains. The last dim star glimmering in the twilight skies. Until one day, the wind ceases to blow. I fall. And I fall, and I fall, and fall even more. Gentle as a feather. A dry quill, expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger. The hand of a beautiful lady. I look in her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I am thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend does not exist. And with a breath, he blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sort of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, and that's what I wrote about. I see. I never really put that much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical. Because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. I mean, if they were happy and, you know, like well-adjusted people, they wouldn't be coming to literature club. Oh, so dumb. Are you surprised? I mean, if everyone was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? I mean, I think so. I don't think you need to have, like, massive trauma to just write. Although, maybe you do. Is being broken a little bit somewhere what fuels the creative process? Maybe. Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you'd know that better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional? Yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of telling you your writing is good or okay or bad, I want to focus more on everything that went into it, and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it'll make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, you three. We're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out... Hold on a second. Is it just me, or did you say something strange just now? Huh? Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club. Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase. Jeez. Why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it. Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. In your books, maybe. Look, the only thing different is that Sayori isn't here. Ah. It seems you're right. Sayori always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off Widow when she's not around. Where the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she just went to pee. Natsuki, please show some decency. Oh, come on. She actually wasn't feeling too well, went home early. Is that so? Hope she's alright. Seriously? Of all the times not to go home with her, you pick the one time she's not feeling well. I know, right? I deserve it. I deserve to be called out here. Natsuki, you are completely correct. So much for you two being all lovey-dovey. No. First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it. Oh? That curious expression coming from Yuri of all people? Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier and everything is fine. What did she say? Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparation, so let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend. I already know what I'm doing. That's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes. But we might need a lot of them, in different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki? Challenge accepted. And as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sayori will be helping me design them. And as for Yuri? Yuri, you can... Question mark? Guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri? Yuri's just like, this is so embarrassing. I'm useless. That is kind of... Like, Monica, that's not a good read of the situation. You should have an idea here. Either ask everybody what needs to be done, or, like, have, you know, okay, maybe all we need is cupcakes and pamphlets. No. That's not it at all. You're the most talented person here, you know? Now Natsuki's pouting too. Jeez, even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sayori enough credit, but I can tell things are even harder on you when she's not around. Ah, that might be the case. But if I can't also be a leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know? So you should make some banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. Atmosphere? About that. I love atmosphere. I love being able to breathe the atmosphere, you know? Yuri's expression suddenly changes as she stares at her desk in focus and starts nodding to herself. I love atmosphere. Love being able to breathe air and all that jazz. Your mind is already racing, I see. That's great. You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves Yuko. Well, I'm useless, we know. The one who is truly useless. Don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. Probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. You can always help me out as well. I'd be really appreciative of that. That's... Is Monica suggesting that I spend the weekend with one of my club members? How lewd. How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that? Ah, I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help. Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I could give to you. I think she wants me to do a crime. It's really weird that we had that whole conversation about, you know, would we do crimes for the club? When I think Natsuki wants us to, like, hide a body or something. Are the cupcakes made of people? I don't know at this point. I'm very concerned as to what's going on. Crimes Pog, yes. We're gonna do the criminal stuff. Crimes, crimes, crimes. We're gonna commit all the crimes, including possibly tax fraud. Or maybe murder. It depends on what crime Natsuki needs help with. Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that. If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned you would like to help handle the baking on your own? Tax evasion, I know, right? Truly, the most crimey crime of all the crimes. Cobalt might not like to be around if you only make him out to be a nuisance. So therefore, he may be more suited to assisting with the decorations. Hold on, I never said that. How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds more like you're just making excuses for Cobalt too. What are you saying? It'll be extremely meticulous work. And baking isn't? Just what do you think? Guys, let's settle down for a moment. In the end, I think it's up to Cobalt to decide who we'd like, or how we'd like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really got a chance to spend any time with me yet, you know? So I'm sure he's interested in. You literally just said, I'm surprised as well. Sorry. I was just saying though. Jeez. We settled this already? Yeah. Cobalt, you're okay with this, right? Again, no. When they ask you to pick between them, just say no. Just run away. Listen, you know, we've read the myth. We know what happens to Paris. And the correct answer is always take a fourth option. Scatter, yes. Smoke bomb! Boom! In the end, it's up to you. Of course. Very well. In that case, everyone look straight at me. But of course, I'm gonna go with Natsuki, Yuri, Monika, Sayori. I'm curious. Because I don't think it'll let us do this. So I'm gonna say, hey, I really want to help my friend Sayori. I'm really worried about her. Let's just see what it does. I mean, it's gonna be anyone. I prefer helping Sayori. I mean, we're already neighbors but Monika said Sayori was helping her. Jeez. Do you really hate us that much? That's right. I hate you that much. And it's not that I'm just worried about my friend right now. Sorry, I didn't mean for this to be difficult. Just think of the club, okay? You know what? Let's have fun. Let's say, oh, I want to help Monika then. Well, I guess I should probably help Monika. Yay! You picked me! Hold on 1 second. Yeah. Monika, you're the one who needs the least help out of all of us. Yeah, but I agree with Natsuki. Not only is your work most suitable for one person, but you already have Sayori as well. But Cobalt was the one who... that doesn't matter. You were the one who scared him into picking you in the first place. You're the club president, Monika. You're supposed to make responsible decisions for the club. Monika, you shouldn't let any ulterior motives interfere with this decision. Ulterior motives? What are you saying, Yuri? In fact, it sounds like you guys are the ones with ulterior motives. Excuse me? The girls are fighting. They are fighting. Listen, okay, you know, let's split things up, okay? I will help Sayori make pamphlets. Wait, we're making pamphlets. So, Yuri and Monika can make pamphlets, because that probably needs good, calligraphy. Sayori and I will make decorations, and then, Natsuki can bake. And if, really, all this stuff can be done in one location. The only thing that, like, we need is the kitchen for baking. Anything else you could probably do anywhere, so why don't we all get together as, like, a club and do it? Like, again, we don't need to fight here, guys. It's just like, hey, Sayori is saying, well, would I walk Yuri home? Well, we can all walk home together as friends. I don't get why everyone is so aggressive here. Dang it, now I want like a series like that where somebody's just like, oh yeah, we should all be friends. Like constantly to every prompt for like every romance hook. It should just be like, oh, we should all be friends together. People are trying to fight, oh, we should be friends together, listen. Come on, this is why we pay you the big bucks. To just constantly push for the friendship ending? I know, right? That is why they should pay me the big bucks. I mean, what was the one series? My Next Life as the Villainess? Where at the end of the first season, she's like, oh, we're in the friendship ending, and like everybody else is in love with her. It was pretty funny, but yeah, no, I just want somebody to be like constantly just like, oh, friendship. They realize what sort of genre of story they're in. They're just like, no, only friendship, no romance, only friendship. But I mean, it's always funny when you kind of invert the tropes a little bit like that, right? That's completely false, Monica. Yeah. We have a lot of work to do, you know? We won't do as good a job if you make us work alone. Maybe that's true. Think of the club, Monica. Yeah, Monica, would you do it for the club? If we want our event to succeed, then we need to appropriately distribute our resources. Again, like guys, let's go to one person's house. There probably is like even a cooking, there might be a cooking area in the school that we could use for like home ec and stuff. So, you know, we bring the ingredients, we cook the cupcakes, and then while the cupcakes are cooking, we also make the pamphlets and the decorations. Everybody can hang out together as a club. Think of the club, everybody. In fact, I'm a little offended. You're all being so selfish here. Guys, please, Cobalt has 2 hands. This is true. And listen, you know, if we need more things, there's feet too. So you're gonna do the right thing, President? El Presidente? Oh my. Listen, you know, maybe if you have enough flexibility, you can, like, stick a pen between your toes and, like, write pamphlets, right? As you're building decorations. I get it. It's technically the most logical for Cobalt to help one of you two. So, I guess that's what we'll do. You have a preference, Cobalt? I mean, generally, we've been spending more time with Yuri this run. So, should we continue that? Or should we spend some time with Natsuki? What do you guys think? Who is best girl out of the 2 remaining girls? I won't go so far as to say best girl overall, but, you know. Ba-dum ba-da-ba-dum. Ba-dum dum dum da-da-da. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we don't want to spend time with Natsuki because there was a lot of physical violence going on there. Maybe we should go with Yuri. Yuri, okay, I've got one vote for Yuri. Purple hair girl because purple hair for the win. Okay, we got 2 votes for Yuri. All right, you know what? We're gonna be safe. We're gonna avoid the physical abuse that Natsuki was doing to us. So we'll spend some time with Yuri. Well, I'd probably be the most helpful, most useful helping out Yuri. Me? Are you serious? Listen, that's why you don't physically assault me in literature club. Because, like, if you'll do that in public, where there's, like, 4 other people here, what are you gonna do if we're alone together? The protagonist just you know, up on a meat hook. Oh, no. We gotta stay safe. Never be anywhere private with Natsuki. Why would you... Natsuki? I can already tell you're gonna say something mean. No. I was just saying. So you'll be helping Yuri then, Cobalt? Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm glad. I have a bad habit of overthinking these sorts of things. So I think your assistance will be very useful. That's great to hear. Natsuki, will you be able to handle the baking yourself? I mean, yeah. I already said I'd be fine. Okay, okay. Everyone can tell that Natsuki is feeling a little sour. So is that everything we needed to go over? Yep, that should be about it. Are you guys excited for the festival? Well, excited might not be the right word. But I suppose I'm looking forward to it a little bit. You feel the same way, Kobold? Me? I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it'll turn out. That's good enough for me! What about you, Natsuki? Natsuki? What? Why is everyone yelling at me? I didn't even do anything. No, that's not what I meant at all. Yuri anxiously glances between everyone in the room. I'm sorry for this! I don't really know why Kobold picks me, because of all the physical abuse that Natsuki was doing to me. I didn't want to get hit again. Is that so wrong? To just, work on decorations without a fear of physical violence? Am I the bad guy for wanting that? No. I caused all the problems here, didn't I? I'm so sorry. No, don't cry. No, I'll try to hold it together. I'll try. I'll beat her up here. No. I don't want any violence on my part. Not because of that. No more violence because of me, okay? There's already been so many angry words. It's okay, Kobold. It's okay. Just get it together. Okay, all together. There will be violence. I mean, probably. But hopefully we won't cause any of it. We just want a nice, sweet, relaxing literature dating sim. Oh my goodness, fire hands! That's probably going to do a lot of magic damage. And also, your cupcakes are the best cupcakes I've ever had. They go really well with my tea. And nothing that I do for the event will compare to that, so, I get it. I'm kind of surprised, though. Why? Well, I'm the one acting immature. I already know that. But you're trying to cheer me up all of a sudden. Listen, the literature club is just made up of good friends, right? I know I'm not very good at it. I'm sorry if I said something bad. Natsuki isn't the only one surprised. Monika and I are also taken aback by Yuri's words. When she already has trouble with words, trying to cheer someone up must be far out of her own comfort zone. But I begin to understand. Yuri was trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I can tell she tried to say something that Sayori would say at a time like this. Because Sayori always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves. No, I kind of appreciated it. I'm sorry for making a big deal out of nothing. But I'm gonna say this. You better bet that my cupcakes are gonna be the best part of the whole event. Haha. I believe you. Yeah. Hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today. So I guess it's time for us to head out. Alright, let's get out of here then. Everyone packs up their things. I start to follow Monika and Natsuki out the door as they chat between each other. Huh? I turn around. Sorry. I realize I don't have any way of contacting you this weekend. Oh, you're right. I can't believe that slipped my mind. Should I give you my phone number? 555-555-5555. I think that would be the best way, yes? Alright then. Yuri and I exchange phone numbers. Okay. Then I'll be stopping by your house on Sunday. Huh? My house? Is that a problem? No, not at all. I just thought I'd be the one going to your house, since I'm the one helping you. Oh, I suppose that makes sense. But if you don't mind, I think I'd prefer going to your house. Alright. In that case, it won't be a problem. I decide not to press Yuri for a reason. It's not like it should matter much either way, so I'll just have to make sure my room is clean. Hope I managed to make myself useful in some way. I'm not nearly as creative as you are. Don't underestimate yourself, Cobalt. I think that we'll make a very productive team. Even if you only chose me because you felt bad or something. No, it was a fear of physical violence from the other option. Wait. You don't actually think that, do you? Oh, look at the sad emote. You know? The hair in her hands. Oh. I don't know. It's difficult to come up with any other reason you may have chosen me. You're forgetting the one reason with the most common sense. I chose to help you because that's what I want to do. But Yuri thinks to herself with an extremely tense expression. Yuri, you're overthinking this. You wanted me to point out when you're overthinking, right? Yeah? I didn't realize. I'm telling you, I want to. That's all there is to it. Do you believe me? Yuri thinks really hard again. She looks straight into my eyes for a long while. I believe you. As if it took her tremendous effort, Yuri finally says that and relaxes her expression. And I'm really looking forward to Sunday. Yeah, I am too. After that exchange, I make my way out the door and Yuri follows. I can't believe this. Yuri is going to be coming to my house on Sunday? Even though I would have preferred to do this with Sayori, my anxiety still shoots through the roof. I guess I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point. But who knows what might end up happening when we're outside of school. She even told me she was looking forward to it. I shake my head. Why do I feel nervous that Sayori finds out about this? It's not like we feel that way about each other. Besides, like Monica said, this is about the club. For the club! I have nothing to worry about. If I just go with it, then I'll have a good time. It's already Sunday. We didn't make any poems? Oh my god. What is going on here? You know what? I am going to, before it becomes Sunday, I am going to step away for a moment. So, now would be a good time if you want. Get a drink, get a snack, have a stretch, go to the washroom, whatever. And I will be right back. See you soon. Hello, hello. I have returned. Okay. And it's already Sunday. Oh my goodness. I didn't think I was gone for that long. But don't. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Yuri's upcoming visit. You know, maybe you need to calm down with a little bit of liquid courage. Bum 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 bum. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. Wait, hold on, now I need to see what that emote is. Oh, it's so cute. It's like a little, like, dragon. I love it. Listen, you know what? If you want to become an alcoholic, maybe literature club will be the start of that problem. Can you imagine? You know, the protagonist is in therapy like, hey, listen, I've finally realized I have this problem. And then they're like, well, when did it all start? And then the protagonist is like, it was a literature club. That damn literature club drove me to drink. They didn't just want to be friends. They wanted to fight. And they kept putting me in the middle of it. They're like, hey, Cobalt, make this decision, you know, pick between us. I just wanted to have some friends, right? And they're like, no, pick between us. Who do you like more? And remember, if you don't choose me, well, I might hate you forever. The things literature does to a person, it's true. It's a real problem here. Oh, right. I have to actually click in here. There we go. Yuri is clearly an introvert and an intimate person in general. There's no doubt she'll open up a little bit when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, we've even been texting occasionally. Oh my goodness. Cobalt, you slut. Texting? A girl outside of literature club? That's why I can't read. Exactly. Keep yourself safe there, Bells. Keep yourself safe. She was extremely apprehensive at first, but it wasn't long before I was already learning more about her. But putting Yuri aside, I haven't heard a thing from Sayori since she left club early the other day. It's not like we texted each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between what Sayori said and what Monica said, is it really okay for me to put Sayori's feelings aside when she might need me? Well, she lives like next door. Let's go over and check. I decide to visit Sayori before Yuri comes over. Way to go, protagonist. You got this. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like we've done in the past. Once I reach Sayori's house, I knock on the door before entering it myself. Again, we used to play so often, we've made it a habit of simply entering each other's houses like we're family. Of course, you know? You know, this is like a friend that is, you know, I'm probably like the second son to her parents, and she's probably like, you know, the daughter to my parents. Yeah, makes sense, childhood friend. The house is quiet. Sayori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. Man, I definitely forgot that this happened as early as it did. Warning for anybody who is sensitive about things. Just reminder that Doki Doki Literature Club is rated mature and has content warnings and all that. So, yeah. I'm scared. I mean, I'm sure everything will be fine. I'm sure there was no reason for me to point out the fact that Doki Doki Literature Club has content warnings. It's already strange for her not to run down and greet me. I head up to her bedroom, where I finally find her. Sayori? Hi, Cobalt. Oh, never mind. I definitely... No, okay. Okay, never mind. Everything's fine. I just got nervous for no reason in particular. We're good. I sit down in her room. Oh. I jumped the gun a little bit there, maybe. I thought maybe things were gonna get scary, but I think we're fine. I was sweating. Oh no, we're fine. Look. Sayori maybe just has a little bit of fever. Look at that blush. Sayori forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. There's a minute of silence between us. You haven't come over like this in a long time, have you? I guess you're right. It has been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it? Sayori's room is as messy as it's always been. I love her little, like, cow plushie. And the little bird with... Wait, are those feathers or is it a hat? I think they're feathers. Very adorable. Like, that plushie is cute. Or is it the end of the bed? No, I think it's a plushie. I want a cow plushie. I wonder if they've made merch out of it. Again, this is like, you know, the giant Wailord plushie. All over again. Wait, did I miss a line there? I think I might have. Hold on, let's check the history. I recognize the same stuffed animals and wall decorations she has had for years now. If you come over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess. It's because I end up cleaning it for you. How come you suddenly wanted to come over today? Aren't you supposed to see Yuri today? Yeah, but... Wait, how did you know that? Sayori had already left by the time we decided that last meeting. Oh my goodness. Can she read minds? I think somebody in this game can read minds. Monica told me. It's only natural for her to keep me informed about the festival preparations, right? Oh, that's true. But what about you? Aren't you going to be helping Monica today? Of course. But I'm just helping her online. We didn't plan to meet up or anything. Ah, so it's just me and Yuri then. Listen, if you have a laptop, you know, Sayori, why don't you come over and you can help Monica online, and it'll just be like a meeting of the club members. It'll be nice. We'll have a good time. Yep. There's more silence between us. Sayori stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point. I just wanted to see how you were doing. After you left on Friday. When something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you too well. So... Sayori smiles, shaking her head. That's no good, Cobalt. Huh? Why can't it just be like it's always been? This is all my fault. If I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings, if I didn't make that stupid mistake, then you wouldn't have been worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have even been thinking about me right now. But this is my punishment, isn't it? I'm getting punished for being so selfish. I mean, how are you being selfish, Sayori? I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. It just wants to torture me. Hehe. Wait, we go from it just wants to torture me to hehe. Nope. Call it out, protagonist. Sayori. I grab Sayori by the shoulders. What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? I know something happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this. So tell me already. Until I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. Sayori gives me an empty smile. You really put me in a trap, Cobalt. But you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time. Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori? Hehe. You're really just gonna make me say it, aren't you, Cobalt? I guess I have no choice this time. The thing is, I've had really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm late to school every day? Because most days I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. What reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? Oh no. Protagonist, comfort her! Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? There's still things to live for, Sayori. Listen, you're not worthless. Hug her! Do it! Why make other people put their energy and caring to waste by having them spend it onto me? I mean, it's not a waste to care about people, Sayori. And you're a good person. So you deserve good things. That's what it feels like. And that's why I just want to make everyone happy. Sayori is not a waste. Without anyone worrying about me, I'm in shock. I can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible Sayori kept this from me the entire time I've known her? Did she really want so badly for me not to think about her? Why, Sayori? Huh? Why is it you've never told me about this? It almost feels like I've been betrayed as your close friend. No! Oh, no, don't say that. That was a bad choice of words. Because if I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you. Okay, well, that's a better choice of words, but, like, I feel like I've been betrayed is not a good choice of words there, I don't think. Even if there's only so much that I could do. I would have tried a little bit hard to make every day a little better for you. Nice save. It's true. You know, you fumbled the first roll, but the second roll, you did pretty good. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do was tell me. You don't understand at all, Cobalt. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, you'd have to waste effort caring about me instead of doing important things. But, like, you are my friend. That is important to me, Sayori. So you know what? If you need to, you can lay some of your burdens down and I will help you carry them. Okay? Because you're my friend. Because I value our relationship. We've been friends since childhood. You know, and there's definitely... I want to help you. Any way I can. Caring for your friends is never wasted effort. Exactly, though. Exactly. I don't want to be cared about. Everyone deserves to be cared about, though, Sayori. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes, but it also feels like a bat being swung against my head. Oh, well that's a painful metaphor. Analogy, whatever. Haha, no, this is not an ahaha moment, Sayori. Stop it. That's why I wanted so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. But then I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and get closer with everyone else in the club feels like a spear going through my heart. No ahaha, this is serious. This is serious. No ahaha. Oh. No. So that's why. That's why I decided the world just wants to torture me. Listen, Sayori, we are married, so I will help you through this, okay? Whatever you need. Every path leads to nothing but hurt. Ahaha! No! No ahaha! No ahaha! It's not diffusing the vibe at all. It's just making the vibes worse, Sayori. You're right that I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all, Sayori. But I don't need to understand. There you go. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting. That's what I'll do. No, Cobalt. There's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that could have helped is if everything could have been like it always was. No, there's still plenty of things that can help here, Sayori. Oh no. But I was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am. Hey, don't say that about my friend. My friend isn't a horrible person. And I won't have you talking shit about her. Tears streaked down Sayori's face. Oh. I made you join the literature club because I was selfish. And I was punished by my heart hurting in a way that I couldn't understand. Listen, it'll be okay, okay? We'll get through this together. Girl, you're not horrible. She's not. You know what? It's really just on that kind of vein, right? It's interesting how in a lot of cases it's easier for people to say bad things about themselves than they would ever say about somebody else. You know, and it's just kind of interesting when you're like, okay, well, you know, if you're saying something about yourself, would you say that to to a friend? And if you wouldn't say that to a friend, why would you ever say that to yourself? And then the kind of jokey punchline is, well, because I'm a terrible person and I deserve it. My friends are cool. But no, it's you know, there's definitely something that's like, if you wouldn't say it to a friend, why say it to yourself? Cobalt's kick a brain. Oh. Listen, you know, sometimes you just gotta have these conversations, right, Bells? Come on, protagonist, help Sayori. And now you came here and I made you hurt too. But listen, the only reason if I'm hurting, it's because I'm sorry that you are hurting, okay? And I will take that hurt if I can help you, because then we will both be healed together. It's important to have your own back. That is true. And I know sometimes people have a hard time with that. But if you do have a hard time with that, just think about it. Like if somebody was saying what you're saying to yourself to a friend of yours. And if you would tell that person to fuck off, then why would you not do that if you're saying it about yourself? I'm just weak and selfish. No! They already know. That's all I am. No, you're not. You are a great person. Listen, if maybe you don't see it, again, we're coming back to the, hey, what is true about the various faces that we show to the world? You know? Like, to public, Sayori is, you know, very happy, bubbly, friendly person, and she makes people around her feel happy. And then on the inside, to herself, she's like, oh, well, I'm horrible, suffering all the depression and stuff. But even if maybe you aren't as happy and bubbly inside as you are outside, you still bring joy to people, and you're not a horrible person, Sayori. You deserve a raise. I mean, oh my goodness. Maybe you can talk to the payroll people, Bells, and see if we can get me that raise, huh? And that's why I'm going to accept these punishments. No! No! Because I deserve every last one. You don't deserve to be punished at all. Without thinking, I once again grab Sayori's shoulders. This time I pull her into a tight embrace. Cobalt. Sayori. I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, that's just a bonus. But please, never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way. Cobalt. Sayori isn't hugging me back. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remain at her side. She starts sobbing next to my ear. No, don't do this to me. Please don't do this. Cobalt, Sayori barely manages to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but all I want is for her to know that I care. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away. Oh, I mean, you know, not exactly the right words. The intent is good, but... And if there's anything you need me to do, then you better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't. I don't know. Gently, Sayori finally puts her arms around me in return. I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand any of my feelings, Cobalt. The only time I'm not feeling nothing is when I'm feeling pain. But your hugs are so warm. And that's really scary too. Sayori lets me go. As she does so, I let her go as well. The festival is tomorrow. Yeah. It's gonna be fun, right? Yeah. How would you like for me to spend it all with you? It's what I want. I promise. I think that would be nice then. Yeah. Sayori wipes her eyes. If I could spend the whole day here, I would. Of all days, this has to be the one where I have other plans. Okay, listen, protagonist. This is okay. We can manage this. What we're gonna do is we're gonna have Sayori come with us. Okay, she can bring her laptop and she can come over, and she can just, you know, sit in the chair, sit on the bed or whatever, as Yuri and I work on the crafts, just so she knows that we're here for her. Or if she doesn't want to come out of her room, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go outside. When I see Yuri drop by out the window, I'm gonna come outside and just say, hey, listen, Sayori is not feeling well. Why don't you come in and we will do crafts here? I just, you know, I don't want her to be alone right now. You know, something like that. But let's not leave here. This is, come on, give me the option. Do the right thing, protagonist. Maybe I should cancel. No, don't. Please don't. If you did that, then I really wouldn't forgive you. But it's almost time for Yuri to meet me at my house. At the very least, you want to come along and help us out. There you go, protagonist. Do the right thing. It'd be fun. To my surprise, Sayori shakes her head. I'm sorry. I don't know if that'd be very good for me today. You understand, right? It's kind of hard for me to fully understand. But I'm trying my hardest. It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Alright. I look forward to it. Okay, everything's gonna be okay. I say goodbye to Sayori and exit our house. On the way home, I find myself still feeling uneasy. But it's hard for me to keep thinking about it when Yuri's about to come over too. I think Sayori is right. I shouldn't be worrying too much, and we're definitely gonna have a great time tomorrow. I should just focus on what's ahead of me. As I approach my house, I see something that makes me feel a moment of panic. Yuri? Ah, thank goodness. You're a little early. Sorry I wasn't home yet. Were you waiting for a long time? No, I just got here. But I start to get really nervous when nobody answered the doorbell. I mean, you should text me then. You always could have texted me. There we go. If I'd known, I would have reassured you and hurried more on my way home. I suppose that's true. I didn't think of that, for some reason. Should be common sense to do that, but I decided to ignore it. Anyway, let's go inside. I must get some work done. Keep enjoying the story. Well, thank you for the lurk bells. I hope you can get your work done. So you brought a lot of stuff with you. That's right. And did you manage to find everything I asked you to buy as well? Yeah, pretty much. At least I hope I got everything right. I'm sure it'll be fine. I take Yuri to my room. First thing she does is glance around curiously, which makes me feel anxious. It's so clean. I cleaned it before you came over, so that's very considerate of you to do. No. I would have really been embarrassed for my room to be a mess while you were here. Well, I do enjoy cleaning. I would have gladly helped you clean. That would have been even more embarrassing. Wait, don't look in there. I snatched Yuri's wrist, which is in the process of opening a desk drawer of mine. I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking for some reason. I was just spacing out. It's fine, it's fine. I let go of Yuri's wrist. She puts both of her hands firmly in her lap, as if making sure she's keeping track of them. Just making sure they're not getting up to any mischief, eh? So, should we get started? Ah, yes. I have a few things planned that you can help out with. Decorations and other atmospheric enhancements. Atmospheric enhancements? You know, mood lighting, aromatherapy candles. Oh, wow. I didn't know you planned on taking it that far. Of course. I just want to help take our guests to a faraway place. Although many will stop by just out of curiosity. And for cupcakes, I guess. I'm determined to provide an experience that will leave them wanting more. That's, great. It's easy to forget that you're a pretty intense person. Intense? I guess that's the best way to put it. Is that a bad thing? No, not at all. Something that I like about you, actually. Is that so? That makes me feel relieved. I'm kinda happy. There we go. Yeah, no need to be so anxious. You can relax a little. Relax. I brought some things for relaxation. I was gonna use them during the poetry event. Oh yeah? Like what? Let's see. Yuri rummages through her bag. She pulls out a few candles and a wooden cylinder-shaped object. I did some shopping on the way here, so I happen to have these in my bag. I plan to cover the windows in black paper and use candles to light the room. I think that'd be amazing, don't you? Seems kinda cool. Is this like a Halloween event? Yeah, that'd be really neat. What's that wooden thing, though? Oh, this? It's a diffuser for essential oils. How familiar are you with aromatherapy? I've heard the word. Not familiar at all. There we go. Ah, is that so? It's one of my favorite contributors to a positive atmosphere. Depending on the oils or herbs you choose, you can change the mood of the air itself. You can even feel it permeate through your body. Relaxation, positive energy, romance, reflection. It's almost like magic. Yuri takes the cylinder and presses a switch on the bottom. In just a moment, a thin ray of vapor begins to spout through a small hole in the top. Wow, that smells wonderful. What kind of mood is this one for? This is a jasmine essential oil. It smells a little sweet and flowery, right? Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. I chose jasmine for the event because it provides more than relaxation. Jasmine enhances your emotions and helps you feel them flow through your body. You feel warmer and your heart pounds more heavily. Don't you think that'll be perfect for sharing our poems? It does sound suitable. You seem to know a lot about this, so I'll trust your opinion with anything. Yuri smiles gently, clearly enjoying herself. She again reaches into her bag and pulls out several spools of thin ribbon. What are those for? Well, did you purchase the origami paper I asked you to get? Yeah, I have it over here. We won't be using the paper for folding origami. What I'd like to do is write a different word on each paper. We'll need about 100 of them. Oh yeah? What will those be used for? Well, I'm going to cut pieces of ribbon to hang from the doorway of the classroom. Then we can fasten the paper onto the ribbons to create a doorway curtain. Wouldn't that be wonderful? It would catch the eye of those passing by the room. It might attract some to peek inside. It's really creative. I had no idea you'd be so good at this, Yuri. Is that so? Well, I suppose I do get a little intense, as you put it. Yuri giggles with red cheeks. Is it just me, or is she more relaxed when it's just the two of us? Or maybe it's the excitement she feels from sharing something that she enjoys. Here's a marker, Cobalt. You can write any characters you want. I'll help you once I finish cutting the ribbons. Alright. Sitting on the floor together, the two of us get to work. I carefully draw a different character on each paper, doing my best to manage my bad handwriting. Do I have doctor handwriting? Am I going to become a doctor? Yuri unravels a long strand of red ribbon to her desired length. Then she reaches into her bag once more and pulls out a pocket knife. Huh? The knife is strangely beautiful. The silver handle has an intricate pattern of waves etched into it. The blade itself is gently tinted blue. That's no ordinary pocket knife. Looks really fancy. Well, embarrassed, Yuri looks away. What is it? You're gonna think it's weird. Yuri, whatever it is, I have no reason to judge. Except for if you give me a reason to judge, in which case I'm gonna be super judgmental. Listen, you know what? It's a whole thing. We just need to deal with it, right? It's like, you know, you say, I have no reason to judge until you do have a reason to judge. I don't know. Ba-da-da-ba-ba-dum. Bum bum ba-dum bum bum. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum. Bum ba-da-dum bum bum bum. Bum bum bum. Each their own, you know? Well, hey, way to go, protagonist. If you promise you won't be weirded out. Yeah, I promise. Again, making promises up front like that, I don't know if that's a good idea. It's like, will you promise you'll do something? Maybe, depends on what it is. Will you promise you'll do something for me? Absolutely, 100%, I'm not going to ask any further questions at all. Okay, listen, I need you to, dispose of this rug that I have in my trunk, and don't look inside. You promised, remember? And then burn the car. Alright. The thing is, I'm kind of into knives. I mean, that's fine. They're just so pretty. I can't help it. I don't know what it is. It's a combination of craftsmanship and feelings of danger, maybe. What am I saying? Please don't think I'm weird for this. You're laughing at me. No, I'm not laughing at you. It's just funny how nervous you get about sharing. It's, well, an interesting thing to be into, I guess. But I think it kind of suits you. Suits me? Yeah, it's kind of intense. Besides, it's a really cool looking knife. I can't deny that. It is, isn't it? Yuri relaxes her expression once again. Would you like to hold it? Sure, I'll check it out. Yuri carefully hands me the knife with the handle facing me. There you go. Proper knife safety. I take it and turn it around in my hand. It feels heavy and extremely solid. Where do you even get a knife like this? Curious of its sharpness, I feel the point of the knife with my index finger. Ow! Cobalt? Why did you do that? Hey, Kaiju! How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Yes, that's right. Let's panic about me accidentally cutting myself. Being like, let's play with the knife. Ooh, proper full knife emote. I love it. You doing good? That's good to hear. I'm doing alright, can't complain. Back to streaming after like 2 weeks. I still kind of remember how it goes. I mean, that's assuming that like my audio and stuff is great and you guys can actually hear me. And that I'm not just constantly sitting here streaming into the void. It does look like the stream is live, so we got that going for us. How is this wholesome, lovely game going? It is very wholesome and lovely. But, you know, despite how lovely it is, I figured that it would be a little bit suitable to October. Because you know what the scariest thing of all is? Romance. Just putting your heart out there. Facing the fear of being rejected. Or maybe the even worse fear of they say yes. You know. Perfect things for the spooky Halloween season, right? Oop. I didn't expect it to be that sharp. I barely touched it at all. It's my fault, yes. Generally, be very careful with knives. I should have warned you. This knife is extremely sharp. It can cut through skin like it's paper. Oh no. A small drop of blood trickles down the side of my finger. Yuri takes my hand and gives the wound a closer look. Ah. She stares at it and noticeably fidgets. Oh my goodness, guys. Is Yuri a vampire? Did we, you know, get her all juiced up because we're bleeding. If you're squeamish, I'll go wash it off right now. Do stuff. I don't know. I said it and then I'm like, fired up? I don't know. I'll do stuff. Listen, that's not the most awkward thing that I've said on stream today. But you know what? Sure. Maybe if she's a vampire, maybe, you know, like a little bit of drool or something. Ah. Without warning, Yuri puts my finger in her mouth and licks the wound. Oh, so she is a vampire. Okay, we got it. I feel her tongue curl around my finger. Startled, I instinctively pull my hand back. Oh, please forgive me. Okay, you know what? We said we weren't going to make any judgments here, Yuri, but that wasn't sanitary. You know? Like, the human mouth is extremely filthy. I'm going to get some sort of, like, blood-borne infection now. And maybe I'm all diseased. So maybe now you're going to get, like, West Nile from my blood or something. I don't think that's how that works, but still. Listen, it's just not good. I wasn't thinking. I just saw blood and I was like, yum. Yuri lowers her head, her face burning up. Oh my goodness, the illness is already spreading! Yuri, that's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. How could I do something like that? I'm sorry. Listen, okay, so now we know that you're a vampire. I will just have to make sure that I have garlic on hand. In case you decide that it's, like, the drop of blood wasn't enough to satiate your hunger for blood. Sure, it was a little weird and took me by surprise. But I guess she was just trying to help, right? Oh, protagonist. You poor, innocent idiot. He has no idea what's going on here. Yuri, I think you're overreacting a little. She doesn't lift her head. What if she doesn't recover from this from the rest of the afternoon? Alright, you know what? This might be a stupid thing to do, but I do it anyway. I take Yuri's hand and lick her index finger in return. Such a weirdo. Come on. Cobalt? Did you really just do that? Now we're even. Yuri looked at me like I did something wrong. Did some crimes, and they weren't even tax fraud. Haha. I knew that would be a bad idea. Not for the sweet aroma of the jasmine oil, the air would be extremely heavy right now. You're so weird, Cobalt. You're right, Yuri. I'm the weird one here. You got it. Yuri giggles shyly. Hmm? Yuri calling me weird? I have no response to that. Listen, the correct response here is... No! You! Where do you keep your bandages? I don't think I need one, actually. It was a tiny cut. Look, it already stopped bleeding. I see. That's relieving. The tension is quickly lifted. We each resume our respective activities. I watch Yuri's knife cut through the ribbon like it's nothing but air. Meanwhile, I continue to make progress on the paper. After we finish attaching the paper to the ribbons, we lay them all out side by side. Looks better than I expected and will be very effective as a door curtain. It looks great. Good thinking coming up with this, Yuri. Thanks. It's just something I saw online, really. Are you ready to move on to the next task? Yeah, let's do it. What do you have in mind? I'd like to create a banner. That's why I asked you to buy the paint tablets. Ah, that's right. One of the items Yuri had asked me to buy was a kit of watercolor paint tablets. We'll need about 6 cups of water to put each of the tablets in. Do you mind fetching those for us? What are we going to put them in, though? Like, do we have buckets? 6 cups of water. I'll be right back in a minute. Thank you very much. Oh, and just a little bit of water is okay. If you fill the cups too much, they'll be too diluted. Oh, wait, no, it's 6 cups of water. Not 6 cups of water for each tablet. Okay, I'm just an idiot. Taking Yuri's advice, I'm like, wow, we're gonna make like buckets of paint if it's like 6 cups of water. Maybe not buckets, but like, you know, a decent amount of paint. Taking Yuri's advice, I decided to use small plastic bathroom cups rather than full-size glasses. I put them on a plate to catch any paint that drips and bring them back to my room. Wait, and this is like... Is there a carpet? Or are those rugs? It might be rugs. Oh no, we gotta be careful here. We don't want to get paint everywhere. Paint everywhere. And that would just be not a good time, you know? Yuri? Yes? I come in to see Yuri quickly unrolling her sleeve, putting it back over her arm. Nothing. Your face is a little red. Is it too hot in here or something? No, not at all. There's nothing wrong, so... let's mix the paint. Yuri hurriedly dismisses me and takes it upon herself to unwrap the tablets, dropping them into the cups. So, thought we could do something simple that would look very nice. I'd like to paint a gradient across the banner, starting with the colors for sunrise, and then daytime, and then sunset and nighttime. That's kind of fun. Once it dries, I'll write an inspirational quote across the banner. We can hang it on the wall behind the podium at the front of the classroom. Ah, neat. What are you gonna write? Well, it'll be more fun to surprise you. Yuri smiles at me. If you say so. After rolling out the banner, Yuri and I kneel on opposite sides so we don't get in the way of each other. Yuri uses a brush and adds a few dots of different colors across the banner to serve as a color guide when we paint. This kind of reminds me of elementary school. Painting on a banner with watercolors feels a lot like art class projects that we had back then. It's relaxing. Ah. I'm sorry if this feels too childish. No, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean that at all. It's kind of fun, you know? Yeah. It is fun. Glad you feel that way too. Yuri stops painting for a moment, thinking to herself. For me, I don't need to go out and do crazy things to have fun. In fact, I usually don't even want to. In fact, I like when I can spend time with just one other person. Even if it's something simple, like reading. It doesn't even matter if we don't talk much. Just having a friend next to me makes things feel a little bit nicer. I think that's all it takes for me to be happy. Is that so? Even if Yuri and I are quite different, I can understand where she's coming from. I feel that way about things like anime and games where simply sharing the experience with someone can make me happy. I think I feel the same way. Yuri smiles gently. I knew you'd understand. Yuri leans over the banner to grab an unused paintbrush. But I move at the same time, causing my head to bump into hers. Yeah, sorry. Yuri reels back and I quickly lift my hands in surprise. Are you hurt? No, I'm not hurt. Just startled me, that's all. Sorry, I should have asked you to get it for me. It's not your fault. Ah, your face. There are droplets of paint on Yuri's face and neck. Is there something on my face? Yeah, I accidentally got paint on you. Sorry, it's totally my fault. I'll get a towel right away. I rush out and fetch a small towel, then I dampen it with hot water. I return to my room and kneel back down in front of her. Here. Pat down Yuri's face and neck with the towel. Ah. Is something wrong? It's hot. I just didn't expect it. Sorry. Didn't want to use cold water. Having finished, I start to retract my hand. But Yuri suddenly holds onto my wrist. Oh, wait. Huh? Just for a little longer. It feels really nice. Ah. I keep my hand still against Yuri's neck. She looks into my eyes. It's an intense expression that I recognize from when she reads her books. Almost as if she's lost in a daze, enveloped by her own thoughts. She breathes gently, half through slightly parted lips. There we go, I can read. What is happening? Is it the aroma of the jasmine oil giving me this dizzy feeling? Yuri's gentle fingers wrapped around my wrist, sending a tingling sensation through my arm. And suddenly, her face seems to be much closer to mine than it was just a moment ago. Yuri slowly pulls away. Sorry. I've been feeling a little lightheaded today. Didn't mean to space out. It's fine. The moment is over as soon as it began. Yuri picks up her brush again. But her movements seem clumsier, like she's unable to focus. I remain silent, forced to ignore the event that just transpired. I hesitantly retrieve my own brush and continue following Yuri's example. That should do it. I finish filling the night sky with white dots that look like stars. Looking through the banner as a whole, it's very pretty and natural looking. I think that came out better than I expected. I'm really happy with the results. Yeah, me too. Are you gonna add the lettering now? Not yet. Needs to dry first. That's true, but won't that take a while? Well, perhaps it'd be best to leave it here and then have you bring it in the morning? I can do the lettering in the classroom before our event starts. Is that okay? That's totally fine. Wonderful. In that case, I don't think there's anything more for us to do here. Phew. You say that like you're glad it's over. Was I wrong to assume that you were at least enjoying yourself a little bit? No, it's not that. I'm just glad we managed to get everything done. I see. I am too. I was a little concerned about time. Need to start making dinner soon. Ah. So you don't have any time left? I was secretly hoping we could have some extra time after finishing the work. Well, Yuri thinks to herself. I think it'd be too irresponsible of me to wait much longer. I'm sorry. I was hoping there'd be more time as well. Probably my fault. Sorry for being such a slow worker. No, it's not your fault at all. And the important thing is that we got everything done, right? Yeah. So, I shouldn't be disappointed or anything. Gathering all her things, Yuri seems to look a little downcast. I understand why. Sounds like she rarely gets the opportunity to spend time with friends in a relaxed environment. But it doesn't mean this is the last time it can happen. Once Yuri packs up, I walk her out the front door. Thank you very much for having me today. No problem. I was glad I was able to help. Let me know if there's anything else you would like me to bring tomorrow. I will. Well then, Yuri fidgets. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Wait. I kind of say that without thinking. About today. It's fine that we didn't have as much time as we wanted. Because we can do this again. Whenever you want, you can come over or we can go out somewhere. Ah, I forgot you didn't like going out much. As I stumble over my words, Yuri simply smiles bashfully. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say, so... You're very thoughtful, Cobalt. Yuri takes a step closer to me, and then briefly squeezes my hand. I kinda like that about you. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? But I don't even get a chance to as Yuri suddenly pulls back. Sayori? Yeah? Ah! Hi, Cobalt. Sayori. Just now we weren't... Hehe. It's okay, Cobalt. I just stopped by to say hi. Well, it's nice to see you. I'm sorry, but I'm already on my way to leave. Aw, really? That's too bad. I'm sorry. But we'll all be together at the festival tomorrow, so that's fine, right? Of course. Sayori beams. Yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow. Clearly embarrassed, Yuri hurries off. Sayori waves goodbye after her. Sayori? Thought you didn't want to come over today. Well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was being really mean to me. So I had to come here and see it for myself. See what? What are you talking about? You know, how much fun you were having with Yuri, and how close you got with her. It makes me really happy that you've made such good friends. That's all that matters to me. Tears start to fall down Sayori's face. That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, Cobalt? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much better if I could just disappear. Sayori, don't say that. It's true, Cobalt. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. Monica was right. I should just... Monica? Monica was right about what? Sayori, what I said before is true. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain. But... Sayori looks away. I put a hand on her shoulder to reassure her. I'm scared, Cobalt. I'm really scared. What are you scared of, Sayori? I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me. Sayori? It's true, isn't it? I was weak and I started to like you too much. I did this to myself. Cobalt. I like you so much that I want to die. That's, not... I don't... That's not a good sign. No. That's how I feel. And... That's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. Do you remember how I said I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all your own feelings, I know what you need the most right now. And that's what I'm going to give to you. Sayori, I love you. You'll always be my dearest friend. Oh no! I mean, I love you could be, you know, platonic. In fact, you know, listen, you should tell your friends that you love them. It's just it's a thing. Like, you know, she says that she loves us more than we love her. So going with you'll always be my dearest friend seems like it's the wrong choice. So we'll tell Sayori that we love her. You know, even if it's just as a friend, we do love you. And who knows? Like we've had some lines that, you know, people have said like, "Hey, no, you sure are like, you know, there's something going on with you and Sayori." And we're like, "Oh no, we know about ourselves, but I think it's that the protagonist is a little dull. Maybe doesn't know his own feelings. So, you know what? I love you. I love you." Huh? Those are my true feelings. So, there's no way you could like me more than I like you. I should have realized it sooner. But spending time with everyone at the club, making new friends, and having fun with you every day helped me realize that you are truly the most important person to me. That's why I'll accept any of your burdens. I am sworn to carry your burdens. And then Sayori is like, "Okay, here's a bunch of dragon bone. Carry it around until we can go sell it." Funny thing is, I don't think I've ever actually finished Skyrim. You know, I played a bit of it, but I don't think I finished the whole thing. Maybe we could do that at some point. Could be fun. Might be a good time. I don't know. I am sworn to carry your burdens, Dragonborn. I wonder, has somebody made like a Dragonborn mod? It's probably the protagonist is the Dragonborn, but now I have the visual. Usrata! Or whatever. And all that jazz. So wait then, who are the town guards in this scenario? Like everybody else we've seen has been a member of the literature club. So is nobody protecting the school? Aw, it's very, very concerning, I think. The school is important and needs to be protected. Alright, let's keep going. As long as we continue like this every day, with you by my side, then I know we'll both be happy. Cobalt. Suddenly, Sayori wraps her arms tightly around me. Cobalt, is this really okay? Yeah. I hold Sayori in my arms and pull her closer. You'll never have to let go of me again. I love you, Cobalt. I want to be with you forever. Me too. I feel Sayori's grip around me weaken a little bit. What is this? Sayori? I'm supposed to be happy right now. I always thought this would be the happiest moment for me. But why, even now? Why won't the rain clouds go away? They're not going away at all, Cobalt. Listen, you know what, Sayori? We'll get an umbrella, okay? Maybe the rain clouds don't go away. But we'll get an umbrella, we'll wear a poncho. You know, wear a raincoat, whatever. We can handle the rain, right? It just might take some additional human ingenuity. It's okay, Sayori. It might take some time for things to get better again. But no matter how long it takes, I'll be there every step of the way. Oh, hey! I just realized we actually see a bit of the protagonist here. Okay, so we're wearing what? A black shirt? Long sleeve shirt? Brown hair? Very generic looking. We don't see our face. That's all that matters right now. Oh, okay. I trust you. Sayori and I slowly release each other. So, I guess that makes the festival tomorrow our first date, huh? Hehe. What are you saying? I don't want to think about those things, you know? I want everything to be the same as it's always been. Even if we really are a couple. I thought we were already married at this point. I don't know if I can handle anything more right now. It's really new and scary to me. I understand. We'll go at whatever pace suits you best. Hey, Cobalt. Sayori gazes at me once again, smiling sadly. Even if I get really, really sad, this is the best thing for me, right? Huh? I don't really understand what Sayori means by that. Are you saying that this is making you feel sad, Sayori? I don't know. I don't understand what I'm feeling. Felt like a bunch of thorns when you told me you loved me. That's why I want to trust you. You know what's best for me. Yeah, I do. That's my promise. I say that, but in reality I've never felt more uncertain when it comes to Sayori. I know that I love her, and that she loves me, but I'm having as much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her. I keep wondering if I should be doing something more, or something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back the way they were. Is that what Sayori meant by not wanting anything to change? I don't know. But I know that I'll give it everything I've got. Sayori is the most important person to me. And I'll do whatever it takes to have a happy future with her. Okay, hold on. I want to check something. It's the day of festival. I just want to check the save here. Okay, we do have an autosave here. Excellent. Here, let's save here as well. There we go. Day of the festival. Of all the days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but I decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently rolled it up to take with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way that Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over, so I can spend time with Sayori and Yuri at the festival. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. Cobalt, you're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny. I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica is placing little booklets on top of each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that have all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You think that on days this important she'd try a little harder. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday, and I suddenly feel awful, knowing it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking, but maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. You should take a little responsibility for her, Cobalt. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know? Exchange? Monica, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president after all. But, I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? That we're a couple now? I didn't really plan on bringing it up with anyone yet. Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Huh? Monica's being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I feel a chill down my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I grab one of the pamphlets laid out on the desk. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flip through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognize Natsuki and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flip to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one I haven't read before. Ampersand sign. Get out of my head. 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 Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Cobalt? What's wrong? Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori has written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm going to get Sayori, so, well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself. Monica calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? Okay, and again, just a warning. You know, this game has content warnings. It's rated mature. I'm sure everything's going to be fine, just like it was last time, but just in case, you know, just be aware. I should have tried a little harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait on her or help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school made her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs, and I want to give that to her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I open the door and let myself in. Sayori? She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. That really is something that a boyfriend would do, isn't it? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy. There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Sayori? Oh. An exception has occurred. See traceback text for details. Game Script Chapter 5. Renpai, line 307. What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppress the urge to vomit. I mean, while I'm suppressing the urge to vomit, you know, I kind of love, like, the off-key, like, opening music. It's just, it's unsettling, right? It's like, oh no. Just yesterday, I told Sayori I'd be there for her. I told her I know what's best and everything will be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Confessing to her? I shouldn't have confessed to her. That's not what Sayori needed at all. She even told me how painful it is for others to care about her. Then why did I confess to her and make her feel even worse? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and remained friends with her like it had always been, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I can do will bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. I had only one chance and I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now, I can never take it back. Never. 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 End. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Oh hey, the game has glitched out. How horrifying. Bada bada bum. So, I think what we figured out here, right, is that obviously we can't retry again. But maybe we can. Maybe maybe this is a time travel thing. We have to figure out the right path to save our childhood friend. That's what's going on, right? That being said, you know what? I think this is actually maybe a good place to end off for tonight. And we can try the second timeline tomorrow. That makes sense, right? Whoa. Neck goes click, 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 click. So, I think what we will do is, yeah, we will end this here. And tomorrow we will pick up where we left off. Maybe tomorrow we can save Sayori. With the power of time travel, right? I think that must be why reality is glitching out, because we're gonna fix things with time travel. And it might, you know, destabilize reality a bit if things go weird. So, I hope everybody had a good time tonight. I know that I did. My throat is a little sore though. I guess I'm just not used to talking for 3 hours anymore. Come on, Cobalt. We just did. The last stream was like 13 hours and you can't do 3 now? What is this garbage? But yeah, thanks for everyone for stopping by and hanging out. Congratulations to Ruby for the first, to Tenji for the second, and to Guardian for the third redeems. Thank you for streaming. Well, thank you for stopping by, Kashu. Hope you had a good time. And let us find somebody to raid. Hold on, I'm gonna mute that. And let's see what the people are doing tonight, shall we? What a nice normal game. Indeed, what a nice normal game. Nice and normal and not at all unsettling and perfect relaxing thing to just, you know, start back into, right? Semi showing her mid photos? Yes, I'm thinking we're gonna raid Semi just because because she just got back from vacation. So yes, we will raid her tonight. Just a sec. Let's do that. And yeah, yep, we're gonna raid. We're gonna raid Semi tonight. And as always, we do have some raid messages. If you have the sub emote, please feel free to use this one. And if not, please feel free to use this one. And if you have sub emotes and you want to use the second one, I mean, I can't stop you from doing that. So please feel free. Oh, right, I probably should copy this for that. And yes. Thank you for coming, everybody. I hope you all have a great evening or afternoon or morning, wherever it is you are. And I hope to see you next time. All right. Well, once the raid finishes queuing up, then we will go. All right. Bye-bye now, everybody.